Nolan Muntz, and I'm a student division member from Michigan region, and a recent graduate of Wayne State University. Question for you all: is a world without war possible?
Yes!
What is a friend? Yes, we've come together to talk about nuclear abolition and ridding the world of misery, but it would all be a fantasy if we did not talk about our shared humanity first, our shared mission. Our mentor, SGI President Daisaku Ikeda says, friendship is the most beautiful of human bonds. It is a relationship that transcends gain and loss. It is not something superficial, nor is it merely to feel sympathy or pity for another person. It is a relationship where no matter what happens to the other person, you still care about him or her from the bottom of your heart. Friendship is a precious, irreplaceable human treasure. I hope that you will forge such friendship with one person after another. It may seem like a small thing, but war and violence can be banished from the earth when a network of such friendship enfolds the world. Of course, efforts to control violence by external measures, such as the elimination of destructive weapons, the establishment of more adequate laws, and the signing of treaties between nations are also important, but violence stems from the condition of animality inherent in all life. Even if we eliminate all weapons from the face of the earth, violence will never disappear unless we successfully control the animality within. This is why transforming ourselves first is so important. Nuclear weapons embody the ultimate form of violence. Back in 1957, my mentor, Daisaku Ikeda, of course, saying, my mentor, second Soka Gakkai president, Yosei Toda, called on us youth to fight against the use of nuclear weapons. He not only insisted that all such weapons of mass destruction must be abolished, but he also taught us about the need to rip out the claws of the demonic nature inherent in human life. Nichiren says, life is the foremost of all treasures. It is expounded that even the treasures of the entire major world system cannot equal the value of one's body and life. Even the treasures that fill the major world system are no substitute for life. Our lives are more precious than all the treasures in the universe. The sanctity of life is the basis of Buddhist philosophy. It is vital that more and more people in the world embrace this fundamental belief. On September 8th, 1957, second Soka Gakkai President Josei Toda cried out, although a movement calling for a ban on the testing of nuclear weapons has arisen around the world, it is my wish to go further and attack the problem at its roots. At the heart of the need to use nuclear weapons is a suffering born from a lack of hope and mistrust in humanity. It is precisely for this reason that all across the globe, youthful champions of the new era are transforming their lives through Nichiren Buddhism, showing epic proof that the power of a single individual's life is immeasurable through triumphing over their struggles and inspiring others to do the same. When we come to cherish both our own lives and the lives of others, we can create an existence of value and peace. The justification for the proliferation of nuclear weapons is based on the theory of nuclear deterrence. Toda describes the theory like this. Suppose one side launched a nuclear attack against the other. Even if such a preemptive strike killed 10 million people, a retaliatory strike by the survivors could cost tens of millions more lives on the aggressor side. Therefore, because mutual destruction was assured, nuclear weapons could ultimately be thought of as a deterrent to war. Nuclear deterrence was founded on the equilibrium of terror. Consequently, the only way to maintain that equilibrium was for both sides to compete in the development and stockpiling of weapons of ever greater precision and destructive capacity. Inevitably, this produced a vicious cycle that fueled the endless escalation of the nuclear arms race. Those who placed their hopes on the idea of nuclear deterrence entered a devilish labyrinth. To put things into perspective, a report issued by the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons reads, global annual expenditures on nuclear weapons is estimated at approximately $105 billion, or $12 million an hour. The World Bank forecast in 2002 read that an annual investment of just $40 to $60 billion, or roughly half the amount we spend on nuclear weapons right now, would be more than enough to meet the internationally agreed Millennium Development Goals on poverty alleviation by the target date of 2015. Yeah, every year since 1986, SGI President Daisaku Ikeda has sent the United Nations peace proposals to create a world rid of nuclear weapons and misery in response to his mentor, President Toda. In September of 2011, the SGI USA Student Division created Our Nuclear Future, which is a youth-led dialogue campaign with the goal of abolitioning nuclear weapons by 2030 and ensuring the consensus of nuclear abolition by this year with a proposal submitted to the United Nations. Today, we have petitions that will be sent to the United Nations that all of you are welcome to sign in support of our campaign to abolish these nuclear weapons, while empowering the fundamental belief that our lives are inherently precious. All over the country, students are engaging with one-to-one dialogue in their respective campus clubs and hosting peace exhibits to raise awareness of how we, ordinary citizens, can change the world. Sharing with each other about the inherent dignity of life and how nuclear bombs violate this most crucial human right, the right to life. Most recently, SGI USA Student Division released a song with rap artists and singers from all over the country speaking out against nuclear weapons through the power of music and our voices. This song will be played during our stretching time while everyone exits the auditorium. This movement starts with dialogue. When we reveal the path of friendship, respect, and trust, we absolutely reveal this path of Buddhahood. If we don't talk with others and transform our own feelings about nuclear weapons first, then nothing changes. I've asked people before, would you like to help abolish nuclear weapons? And of course they say, sure, yeah, where do I sign? You know, trying to get away as quick as possible. But then I surprise them. I say, here's what you can do. You can actually just dialogue with one other person about why nuclear weapons are wrong. And it throws them off. When we ask our friends why nuclear weapons are wrong or evil, a lot of them don't even know. They can't even explain their true feelings about nukes. Some reveal that they actually don't think anything is wrong with nuclear weapons, and that it's actually permissible to use them as deterrents in future conflicts. This reasoning is false and stems from fear. We have to explain that life is so precious that no one has the right to limit someone else's potential. Let's challenge ourselves to really talk with others about important issues and abolish nuclear weapons by 2030, one friendship at a time. This is nuclear abolition. This is our human revolution. Let's win today and tomorrow so that we may live with no regrets. I am determined to dialogue with 5 people in 2 days by March 16th, and to introduce no less than 10 people a month to this wonderful practice. In fact, dialoguing with others about nuclear weapons is the easiest way. Dialoguing with others about nuclear weapons is the easiest way to introduce others to this empowering practice of Nichiren Buddhism. It's the same mission to talk with people about this Buddhism as it is to talk with people about why nukes are not right. So, let's really determine to chant for the courage and the strength to talk with other people every single day and to create deep bonds of friendship. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the meeting.